back to the channel, and today my December TBR. So December's coming up. I better, before I put the decorations up, I better decide what I'm going to be reading. Luckily, as far as my Goodreads kind of challenge for the year goes, I've kind of read enough books to kind of satisfy myself. So I've got some free hitters on the go. I have got a very ambitious page count for me for December because I have a week off kind of in the middle of December. I'm hoping to get some extra reading done. So let's not waste any time. Let's go for the first of those books. Right at the start of December, I'm hoping to get through The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, the first book in the Stormlight Archive. I'm so excited for this because it's so highly rated on Goodreads and on Booktube. Let's see if you know, Brandon Sanderson's magnum opus is as good as everyone says. It certainly is a very large start, about 1,254 pages, something like that. It's a rather large book. It will take me a couple of weeks, this one. I'm hoping to get through it in the first couple of weeks though, because I want to follow it with another fantasy book, and that is A Time of Dread by John Gwynne. I haven't read any John Gwynne since I finished The Faithful and the Fallen, one of my favourite book series. Loads of action, great characters. Action and characters, that's really what you're getting from a John Gwynne book, and I'm hoping this will be very similar. Really excited to get to A Time of Dread. Hopefully, coming off of Way of Kings, I'm not completely burnt out. Then, a bit of a lighter approach, hopefully around when Christmas lands, I'm going to be reading Live and Let Die. Christmas for me, any kind of bank holiday time for me is all about 007. It's about James Bond. It is what I grew up with. You know, I grew up, you know, back then, Roger Moore was our James Bond. You know, Timothy Dalton hadn't been cast yet, but we already had access to all those great Sean Connery, you know, movies as well. But I'd never read the books other than Dr. No, which I did read as, you know, when I was about 12 or something. I've never read Live and Let Die. It's not particularly long. I think it's maybe like 250 pages. It's 248 pages or something in this little hardback. So it shouldn't take too long. Hopefully it will just take 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days, depending on how busy I am over the holidays. And it should leave me enough time to throw in. Now, this was ill-conceived throwing a fourth book in over the holidays, but I've been told by so many fans of Malazan that I shouldn't really continue with the second half of Book of the Fallen until I've read this book. And that's Night of Knives by Ian C. Esselmont. I've been told this adds a lot of context to book 6 in the series, and that at just over 300 pages, 330 pages or something in hardback, it's worth taking that time, you know, maybe taking, you know, 5 or 6 days out to make sure you've got this under your belt before you continue with the second half of Book of the Fallen. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and do it. Now, the issue is, once you add that to these other books here, it comes out at 2,266 pages. That makes it my most ambitious TBR of the year so far. I tend to read about 1,650, 1,700 pages in a month. That's at least 500 pages more than my average. So therefore, I'm up against it. But, you know, the year's coming to an end. Let's go out swinging. Let's try to get these all done. Let's stack Malazan. You know, new year, I'm going to hopefully roll from this straight into book 6 of Book of the Fallen, double Malazan, just to start the year right and try to get that series off the list. Yeah, let me know how crazy reading plans are you putting in for Christmas, or you take some time away to, you know, eat and spend time with family. Me personally, daytime, spend time with family in the evenings, maybe with a nice, you know, glass of brandy, or, you know, a nice glass of wine, mulled wine, and a book in the evenings once the kids have worn themselves out. Let me know what your Christmas plans are in the comments below.